Alright y'all, I am back with another video. So I just wanted to go over this trade from today. I did mark up the chart last night, so if you do want to see that, the markup from last night, you can see that on the YouTube channel underneath the live tab. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. I will say I am really enjoying Top Step X, the platform, and I really can't say that enough. I really do enjoy the platform. I like the lockout feature. I like the bracket orders. I just like how everything is, positioned. I do know that you can, rearrange the positioning of, the platform or the modules, but out the box, I really am enjoying the platform. So anywho, I'm gonna get into this trade from today. So again, the markup for this trade from last night is on the YouTube channel underneath the live. So basically, starting out on the 4-hour chart. Well, actually, let me go to the day, because on the day chart, basically, I guess it just, it kind of highlights our overall structure. So anywho, so this was the day order block that we had down here on the bottom. Price and this candlestick tapped into that order block right there at the top and then pushed on up. These Fibonacci levels, which are these price labels here, represent the Fibonacci levels on the day chart. So basically, I believe I took the Fibonacci from this level on up to right here, the top of that bullish candlestick right there. And actually, so it may have been more of like right here. Actually, the top of that bearish candlestick, and you can kind of see that these price labels align with, at least pretty closely to where, the Fibonacci percentages are at on the chart. So basically, price came down and hit this first day Fibonacci level, and so that was, more confirmation that price would be going on up. Also, too, it had already kind of cut into this day order block, on August 7th and on August 8th. So coming in on yesterday or Monday, I was expecting a little bit of a retracement to, again, this at least to this first Fibonacci level, and we absolutely got that. And then today we are pretty much just pushing up off of that that first day Fibonacci level. So when I go down here into the 4-hour chart, you can see that we have our 4-hour trend line drawn up here, so we can very clearly see that price is moving upwards. And basically, let me see if this is today, that was yesterday. So yeah, today is the 12th. So yesterday, price, after slightly pushing up, it did drop down, and it actually closed below this 4-hour trend line. But as of like last night, price did, and when it did, it created this 4-hour order block, which you see right here, which price as of today has ran through. It initially ran through it earlier on this morning, and then as you can see here, it has just totally blown through that 4-hour order block, and I guess another 4-hour order block. So it's a lot of bullish momentum today. So now I'm kind of like really wishing that I had held my trade, or at least that I had, or wishing that I had gotten into or had put on another contract, because I was kind of contemplating that on the 1-minute chart, putting in another contract, and I just didn't, just because I just didn't want to technically overtrade. I just felt like, I'm done. Really, my mindset is 1 trade a day, with and that includes taking partials, and basically I had partialed out a little bit early, but again, I was pretty satisfied for kind of just where I've been in my journey so far. But moving forward, I definitely want to put more points on the board, more money on the board, so that we can obviously get to where we need to go in life. But You can see this 4-hour order block. These price labels here are basically representative of the 4-hour chart Fibonacci levels. So price yesterday, after pushing up just a tad bit, came back down and basically went through these first two 4-hour Fibonacci levels, and and so it didn't necessarily hit this third Fibonacci level. So it did not hit that third Fibonacci level or this 4-hour inefficiency. What it actually did is it definitely hit our first day Fibonacci level and kind of consolidated in this area right here. Okay, so, and then basically, so that was our 4-hour price structure right there. And basically what I was looking for today, I really kind of started just in on the 1-hour chart after kind of, cleaning up the chart and just, validating, making sure that everything was, looking, sustaining pretty much at this level. You can see here, we have a zone. I drew up a zone here, kind of representing support and resistance. This area, previously had been used kind of as, a resistance kind of level, and then afterwards has been used as a, area of support. And so basically after yesterday, after price kind of dropped, basically price was consolidating in this area on top of this zone here. So, and coming in, I was thinking that, okay, this level is holding pretty well. This zone is holding pretty well. We ran through our first 2 4-hour Fibonacci levels, and we also ran through the first day Fibonacci level. So I was feeling pretty good about the price action. We were oversold over here too on the 1 hour, which was a good sign to me, because that's kind of what I'm looking for. As far as my trading plan, I'm looking for the 1 hour chart to be oversold, and then after that I'm looking for a break of structure, typically on the 1 hour, just to kind of continue to confirm that yes, we're moving upwards. And then what I'll do is I'll be looking for, go down to the 5 minute, the 1 minute, to basically look for a break of structure on the 1 minute, 5 minute. And I'm kind of getting all over the place. So I'm kind of it kind of depends, I guess, kind of on what I'm kind of looking for that day. But typically, or here as of late, I've been looking for a break of structure on that 15-minute chart. And then I'm looking, and then I'm going down to the 1 minute chart to basically look for a little bit of a break of structure, so that way I can get a sniper entry. So that's kind of the mindset. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide this situation right there, that fixed range volume profile, so that way we can see the price action a little bit better here. So price again was oversold past our 10 value mark, which was a good sign. And then we had a push upwards, and then price again kind of consolidated upwards here. We got a close above that 5 SMA on the 1 hour chart right here. And then you can see price basically came back down to test this zone, and also came in, kind of ran that 1 hour break of structure. I'll go ahead and draw that now so you can kind of see. So boom, we have that 1 hour break of structure right there. And so again, this was giving me pretty much confirmation that price would be moving potentially upwards just off of the structure alone. So after that, basically I was coming in here at 8 o'clock, and this candlestick here had already formulated. It looked a little bit different. It was, I guess, because I was on the 30-minute. I think the 30-minute looks like no. Maybe the 15-minute was nope. Okay, well then I'm remembering it incorrectly. But basically, I was seeing that basically we had ran this 4-hour order block, and this hour order block had already been kind of ran. The top of it had now been totally run, if you will, and price was dropping down. And that's kind of what this, I guess, in my mind, I'm thinking about this candlestick. So price had ran the 4-hour order block and was pushing back down, and basically I was pretty proud of myself for waiting for price to get back to this 1 hour order block and to this zone. Then you'll see on the 15-minute chart, I think I had the 15-minute order block drawn up as well. But I wanted to make a point of is that I had come in here around 8 o'clock and drawn up Fibonacci levels on the 1 hour chart represented by these light blue price labels here. So price had ran through the first level, the second level, the third level, and even the fourth level. I think it ran through the fourth level on that bearish candlestick. And so basically, that was kind of giving me, a sign as well that potentially price may move upwards. So basically, I was liking the price action, the zoning, the 4 hour chart being oversold. And I'm going to go ahead and just open this whole entire thing and make sure that we are recording, because I just don't want the chart. And it does look like we are still stuck, which is insane. Like, I don't know why it'd be getting stuck. All right, like, what the fuck? So anywho, we're on the 1 hour chart. So basically, this is 1 hour chart that I was talking about. This is the break of structure right here. You can see on this candlestick here. I don't know why my RSI is not showing now. It's kind of annoying. I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't know. But anywho, price pushed up here. It ran this 4 hour order block. It came down off of, during this bearish candlestick right here. And I basically drew up the Fibonacci level from the bottom of this 1 hour area to the top, and was able to see that, okay, price was basically running through all of these different levels here, all these different Fibonacci levels here. So basically what I was looking for, I was waiting for price to come down into this 15-minute order block. As you can see right here, you can see it tapped it. And then once I pretty much saw that, in correlation even with the 15-minute chart being oversold as well, that's when I then went in on the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart, and it was more confirmation. Okay, prices, within our zone. Also, too, this was the overnight point of control, the premium fair value that had been marked up using the fair range volume profile that I previously just recently deleted off of here, and it also ran a 5-minute inefficiency level too. Which actually may have been old, so you can kind of negate that, but there is a 5-minute inefficiency right here. So basically all of those confluences coupled together with then going down to the 1 minute, and basically, if I can show, see, that was the 1 minute break of structure that I was talking about. Basically, that's what I'm looking for my entry, just so that, again, I can get those sniper entries. And basically what I'm looking for in the 1 minute, after like prices come down to my zone, and I'm like, okay, now I'm looking for my reversal in this zone. What I'm looking for is, again, a break of structure. So that's basically going to be a break of the lower high. And you can see that happen on this bearish candlestick right here. That was the last lower high on the 1 minute. And so that was a break of structure, outlined that right there. And then after that, what I'm looking for is a candlestick to close above this 5 SMA line, which is represented by this yellow line here. So price has to be oversold past the 10 value mark, and then we have to have a break of structure, and then price needs to close above the 5 SMA before I put in an entry. So I got into my entry, and pretty much basically I was going for this high. I took profit a little bit early, about right up in here. I took 2 contracts, so I only put 3 contracts on there. And that was kind of unfortunate, because I really should have put like 5 contracts, but I was trying to be conservative. And so anywho, so I took 2 contracts about right up in here. And then I took I basically closed it out, the last contract, once it got to this area right here. And on that close, basically price was kind of falling, so I didn't exactly get it right here at the top. So I almost got it pretty much just a little bit above where I actually closed the first 2 contracts. So, that was kind of, that was me just kind of being just not holding my trade for as long as I should have. And as we can see, price totally blew through my trade. So my 1 to 2 trade was definitely hit, and price has continued to push on up today. So I have to work on holding my trades now. Basically, I have to just trust the fact that my analysis and my markups are pretty A1 these days, and I can go ahead and leverage more on the trade and can definitely hold the trade. So when I did take 2 contracts right here, I did move my stop loss to break even. And then basically all I should have done is, so break even was pretty much right here. And what I should have done is I should have just left the break even, left that one contract and allowed the trade to just play out. And I didn't do that. So that's where I think tomorrow what I'm going to be doing is using 5 contracts. And I think that's going to be my new standard, is using 5 contracts. So that way I can just partial out better on these trades and try to get the full movement of the market. So hopefully this was helpful. What I'll do is I'll go over the performance stats so far. And I also wanted to just, before I go to that, did want to show just kind of the markup and the volume as well. So today I did use the cumulative volume delta, which, I mean, and I looked at this kind of late in the game. I looked at this after I closed out. But basically, had I been looking at this during this time period right here, I would have seen that price was, definitely above, the 0 mark. And, basically if price is above this 0 baseline, that means that we have bullish, momentum, bullish volume going on in the market. If it's below, then we're typically looking at, a lot of selling pressure in the market. So that was, something that I should have looked at. And I wish that Top Step did have the cumulative volume delta on their platform, but they don't. And so it just is what it is. Also, too, you can see that this zone that serves as support and resistance has been maintained pretty much for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So I am glad that I've kind of implemented, just outlining support and resistance as zones nowadays, instead of just like a regular line, if you will. Also, too, last thing, I wanted to go over the fixed range volume profile. I think this has been huge for my trading over the last 2 to 3 days, because it's really, really helping me identify, where the premium or the point of control is, and where the market feels the fair, or is where the volume fair value is. So that's what I did today. So basically, again, just drawing out this fixed range volume profile from 5 o'clock of the last day all the way up to basically 8 o'clock or 8:30, I'm sorry, and then using a second fixed range volume profile that basically will then track the market by just simply clicking this extend right, and then it will basically track the market. And so you can see that the overnight point of control was right here, and price basically when I came into the market, it was like way up here. So again, those two in combination just show that price is potentially moving upwards based on just that fixed range profile, fixed range volume profile. And being able to identify that along with the overnight value area high and the overnight value area low, it's just been, for me, I think it's really been a game changer, because I think I'm definitely visual, being a photographer, a cinematographer and everything, like, so it's very helpful to just be able to see it visually and have it marked off, and use that as another element of confluence in my trading. So definitely wanted to go over that. I think that's really a game changer. And so again, you can just see that the market is totally pushed up past the overnight point of control, past the overnight value area high, and so our new value area high is now right here, and our point of control is now right here, kind of in line with these two trend lines. And I believe that's the 4-hour trend line, and and this is the day trend line. So very, very helpful tool right there. So lastly, what I'm going to go over is just the stats so far. So now the account is at $741 in profit. Win percentage is now 85%. Profit factor is 3.93. So, and the day win percentage so far, I believe this is just like based off of this week, is at 100%. And this is our equity curve so far. These days right here, I believe, are the weekend, definitely the weekend. And that's how we're looking so far. Most profitable day is still Monday, $235. And we have a total number of trades, it's at 14. Least profitable day is Thursday, where I took my first loss on the day, $119.18. And my average trade duration as of right now is 12 minutes and 44 seconds. And my average win duration is 13 minutes and 60 seconds. Average loss duration is 3 minutes and 17 seconds. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're sitting. And I don't really, because I partial out my trade, so I don't really give too much credence to this. So it is what it is. And basically this is, you know, what we're looking at. And based on the win rate as far as time, basically my best win rate sitting at 100% is when I'm trading, is when my trades are lasting from 10 minutes to 30 minutes. So I really like this this data point right here. I think that's very helpful. And then even seeing here too, like how many trades I'm taking, you know, within these time periods, I think that's extremely helpful as well, and really, really cool. So to me, this tells me that I'm doing very, very well as far as scalping, but I would like to kind of, you know, get, you know, make more money. I think, you know, today, basically, had I held the trade at least to my 1 to 2, this would have been a $400 trade. So yeah, and then if you want, you can go and look through all the individual trades. And basically this is, you know, the total, like every time I partial out, basically meaning if I put on 3 contracts and then take off 2 contracts and then take off 1 contract, all of those different partialing outs, if you will, they count as individual trades. So you can see that right there. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful, and hopefully you gained something from it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.